Hey everyone, welcome back to English with Cheri. I'm so happy you're here today. This podcast is for people who want to learn English in a fun and natural way. We talk, we listen, and we learn together. So if you are a beginner or maybe A1 or A2 level, you are in exactly the right place. Don't worry, we keep it simple and friendly here.
Yeah, welcome. I'm Nick, and I'm here with Sherry every week. And today's topic, well, I think a lot of people can really relate to it. I know I can, that's for sure.
Right? So today we are talking about stress. Why is life so stressful? I mean, almost everyone feels stressed sometimes, right? And we are going to talk about why that happens, what stress actually does to us, and also what we can do about it. Simple tips, easy English, good conversation.
Yes, and the great thing is, you will also learn some really useful English words and phrases today. We explain them naturally, just as we talk, so you can learn and listen at the same time. Okay, so let's get into it.
Okay, so first things first, what is stress? Stress is a feeling. It's a feeling that you get when something is difficult, or when you have too many things to do, or when you are worried about something. The word worried means you think something bad might happen. Does that make sense, Nick?
Yeah, totally. I think everyone knows that feeling, like when you wake up in the morning and you already have 10 things on your mind and it's only 7 o'clock. That is stress right there.
Oh, yes, I know that feeling very well. And actually, a little bit of stress is okay. It is normal. It can help you work harder or be more careful. But when you have too much stress for a long time, that is not good. That is when it becomes a problem.
So, what actually starts it? Like, what are the big reasons people feel so stressed?
Well, there are a lot of reasons. Let's start with one of the biggest ones, work. So many people are stressed because of their job. Maybe they have too much work to do. Maybe their boss, their boss is the person who is in charge at work. Maybe their boss is very demanding. That word demanding means they always want more from you. They always want you to do more, do better, do faster.
Oh, I totally get that. I think work stress is so common. And sometimes, it's not just the amount of work, it's also the feeling that you are never good enough. Like you always need to do more.
Yes, that feeling of not being good enough, that is very stressful. And it connects to another big cause of stress, which is money. A lot of people worry about money. Maybe they don't have enough money to pay their bills. A bill is, a paper or a message that says you need to pay for something, like your electricity bill or your phone bill.
Yeah, money's a big one. And I think it's hard because it touches everything in your life. You can't really get away from it.
And another big cause of stress is relationships. A relationship is the connection you have with another person. This could be your partner, your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, or it could be your family, your friends, even your coworkers, the people you work with.
Right. And sometimes relationships are wonderful, they make you happy. But other times they can be really stressful, like maybe you had an argument with someone. An argument is when two people disagree and they talk in a loud or angry way.
Yes, arguments are so draining. That word draining means it takes all your energy away. You feel tired and empty after an argument. And I think one of the hardest things is when you argue with someone you love because you care about them, so it hurts more.
So true. And it's not always a big fight either. Sometimes it's just the small things that build up over time and you don't even notice until it's a lot.
And there is actually a word for this kind of thinking. It is called overthinking. Over means too much, and thinking, well, we all know that word. So, overthinking means you think too much about something, especially things you cannot control, and it makes you more stressed, not less.
Overthinking. Yeah, I do that. I think most people do. And you know what makes overthinking worse? Social media. Can we talk about that?
Oh, yes, please. Social media is such a big topic when we talk about stress. So, social media is, things like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, these apps where people share pictures and videos and their lives. And a lot of people use them every day, maybe every hour.
Every hour, yeah. And the problem is, on social media, everyone looks happy. Everyone looks successful. You see your friends' vacation photos, their new car, their perfect breakfast, and you start to compare. You look at their life, and then you look at your life, and you think, why is my life not like that?
And that word compare is so important here. To compare means to look at two things and see how they are different. And when we compare ourselves to other people on social media, we almost always feel worse because we are seeing their best moments, their highlights, not their real everyday life.
Their highlights, right. Nobody posts a photo of themselves looking tired and stressed, eating noodles alone at midnight, but that is real life too.
And actually, I think that connects to our next big cause of stress, which is lack of sleep. Lack means not enough of something. So lack of sleep means you don't sleep enough, and so many people today do not sleep enough.
Oh, this one is big. I know so many people who go to bed late because they are scrolling on their phone. Scrolling means moving your finger up and down on your screen to see more content. And before you know it, it's 2 in the morning.
Yes, and then you wake up tired the next day, and when you are tired, everything feels harder. Small problems feel big, you get angry faster, you cannot focus. Focus means to pay attention to one thing. So everything becomes more difficult, and then that creates more stress. It's a cycle.
A cycle, yes. So tired means more stressed means you can't sleep means more tired, and it just keeps going. That is not good at all.
It really isn't. Okay, so now I want to talk about what stress actually does to us, because I think sometimes people don't realize how much stress affects. Affects means has an effect on, changes, or influences. How much stress affects our body and our mind.
Yeah, so when we are stressed, our body reacts. React means your body does something in response. For example, your heart beats faster. The heart is the organ in your chest that pumps blood. When you're stressed, it beats faster, like it's running even when you're just sitting.
And also, a lot of people get headaches when they are stressed. A headache is a pain in your head, or their stomach hurts, or their shoulders feel very tight and tense. Hence means stiff, like hard and not relaxed. So your body is basically telling you something is wrong.
And I think a lot of people just ignore those signs, right? Like the headache comes and you take a painkiller and just keep going.
And sometimes we just push through. That phrase, push through, means you continue even when it is hard. And sometimes that's good, but sometimes your body really needs you to stop. And if you don't stop, the stress gets worse. You might get sick. Your sleep gets even worse, and you feel very overwhelmed. That word overwhelmed means you have too much to handle, and you feel like you cannot manage anymore.
Overwhelmed. That is such a real word. I think a lot of people feel that way but don't have a word for it. So now you know, if you feel like everything is too much and you can't keep up, that feeling is overwhelmed. And it is okay to feel that. It happens to everyone.
It really does, and I think that is important for our listeners to hear. Feeling stressed is normal. You are not strange, you are not weak. It is a human experience. Everyone feels stressed sometimes. The important thing is, what do you do about it?
Yes, okay, so this is the part I was looking forward to, the tips. What can we actually do when we feel stressed? Let's talk about some simple things.
Okay, so the first tip is breathe. I know it sounds very simple, almost too simple, but actually, deep breathing really helps. Deep means you breathe in a lot of air, slowly, And when you breathe slowly, your heart slows down, your body starts to relax. It is like pressing a reset button for your body.
A reset button. I love that. And it's free. You can do it anywhere. On the bus, at your desk, in the bathroom if you need a moment alone. Just breathe in slowly, hold for a second, and breathe out slowly. It really does make a difference.
It does. Okay, tip number 2, move your body. Exercise is really good for stress. And I don't mean you have to go to the gym for 2 hours. Even a short walk outside, 10 or 15 minutes, can help a lot. When you move, your body releases something called endorphins. These are chemicals in your brain that make you feel happier.
And tip number 3 is talk to someone. When you have a problem or you feel stressed, sometimes the best thing is to just talk about it. Talk to a friend, a family member, someone you trust. Trust means you feel safe with this person and you believe they will help you.
And just being heard is so powerful. Tip number 4, take breaks. This one sounds obvious, but so many people don't do it. When you work for a long time without stopping, your brain gets tired, and a tired brain makes more mistakes and feels more stressed. So taking a short break, even 5 or 10 minutes, actually helps you work better.
For real, even just 5 minutes away from your screen, get some water, look out the window, your brain genuinely comes back feeling fresher.
And tip number 5 is limit your social media time. Limit means to put a border on something, to not let it become too much. Because, as we said, social media can make us compare ourselves to others, and that creates stress. So maybe try to set a time limit. Only use social media for 30 minutes a day, for example.
30 minutes is a good rule. And honestly, once you start paying attention to how social media makes you feel, it becomes a lot easier to put it down.
And I think that is the goal, right? We don't want to feel stressed all the time. We want to feel calm, peaceful, in control. And that word, calm, means relaxed and peaceful. That is what we are working towards.
In control, and I think that's a big part of it. When we feel stressed, we often feel out of control, like things are happening and we cannot stop them. But when we use these tips, we are doing something. We're taking action. And that feeling of doing something, it helps.
I love that, taking action. And actually, I want to add one more tip because I think it is very important, especially for our listeners who are learning English. And that is, be kind to yourself. Kind means gentle and caring. So being kind to yourself means you don't judge yourself too harshly. You don't say, I'm so stupid, why can't I do this? You talk to yourself like you would talk to a good friend.
That is so important. We are so hard on ourselves sometimes. You know, we would never say some of these things to a friend, but we say them to ourselves, in our head. And that inner voice, the voice inside your head, can be very critical. Critical means always finding problems or mistakes.
And let's quickly review the tips we talked about today so everyone can remember them. Tip 1, breathe deeply. Tip 2, move your body, even just a short walk. Tip 3, talk to someone you trust. Tip 4, take breaks during your work or study time. Tip 5, limit your time on social media. And tip 6, be kind to yourself.
Those are great tips. Simple, clear, and actually helpful. Not complicated at all. You don't need a lot of money or a lot of time to use these. You can start today, right now, with any one of them.
We love hearing from our listeners. You can find us online, and if you are enjoying this podcast, please share it with a friend who is also learning English, or leave us a review. It really helps more people find the show, and it means so much to us.
It really does, and thank you so much for listening today. I mean it. Learning a new language is not easy. It takes time, patience, and a lot of courage. Courage means bravery, the strength to try even when it is hard. And the fact that you are here, listening and learning, shows that you have that courage.
And I want to say that too. Even small progress is still progress, so don't give up. Keep going. Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember, be kind to yourself along the way.
That's such an important reminder. be patient with yourself every single step of the way.
Always. Okay, so that is it for today's episode of English with Cheri. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We hope you feel a little more prepared to talk about stress in English, and maybe also a little less stressed yourself.
A little less stressed, that is the goal. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Get some sleep, take a deep breath, go for a walk, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Take it easy, and we'll talk again very soon. This has been English with Cheri. See you next time.